Welcome back to Out of Our League, episode 9. We just got done skateboarding, so I'm a little sleepy. I haven't skateboarded in fucking year and a half, 2 years probably. I'm fucking winded. And we're not even good.
No.
All I can do,
you'll see.
Yeah. All I can do is shove it and like ollies and no comply shove it. That's it. But even with that like small amount of tricks, I am fucking gassed.
We did skate uphill.
We did skate uphill. That was a big part of it. Sorry, we've got Washington, Toronto playing right now. Their goalie, Toronto's goalie, just got ran over. Looked like it was by fucking Tom Wilson. That dude's a menace.
It looks unintentional.
Yeah, I don't think it was, but he's gonna get time in the box, it looks like.
Yeah, he's pretty upset.
He is kind of an asshole. If he's not on your team, you hate him. If he is, you love him just because of the energy he brings. Hang on, we're getting the replay. This makes for great podcasting. You can't see. Ooh, yeah. That was fucking brutal. It's not his fault.
No.
He was fighting to get towards the net, and who is that? Campbell? Is that Muzzin? Who's number 8?
Oh.
I don't know the dude's name. I think that's Muzzin.
Like it.
Muzzin pushed him into his own goalie, pretty much.
Well, Campbell was reaching out, too.
Yeah.
Just unfortunate.
Brutal.
That's tough.
Well, goddamn.
It's a rough angle.
Well, we're talking about sports. You got any notes to hit on while we're here?
I do. If I'm sniffing, I have allergies kicking my ass right now. First thing I want to talk about is, I think it happened Saturday or maybe Friday night, early morning, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Haskins passed away.
Yes.
At 24.
Insane story. Got hit by a dump truck. Just terrible.
Tragic.
Right. I mean, regardless of how it happened, too, it's tragic. 24, like, just 2 years younger than me. It's your age, right?
Yeah, I'm 24, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy to think about.
Rough.
So, rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins. Thoughts and prayers to his family. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off on that.
No, I figured bring it down early, but also respectfully.
While we're on this note, while we're on the somber tone, also, R.I.P. Gilbert Godfrey.
Right.
Fucking legend.
Yeah.
Great, like, childhood memories of, like, Aladdin and shit, and the Cold Ones videos where they get them on Patreon. Just always funny. And, hold on. I know his name. I don't know his last name, so I don't want to fuck it up real quick. Give me 1 second.
It's the bassist for Dance Gavin Dance.
Yes.
He passed away. Tanner's going to get his name.
Is it Feerick? F-E-E-R-I-C-K. Tim Feerick. I think that's how you say it. Dance Gavin Dance is an incredible band. Another tragic loss. It's just been nonstop recently with Taylor. Ever since then, it's been nonstop. So R.I.P. Tim. Thoughts go out to Dance Gavin Dance, obviously. They're not hearing this, but if you don't know their music, go listen to it. You know, cherish Tim a little bit. They have such a cool, groovy sound.
Yeah.
And his bass playing sounds great on it. Let's try to bring it up a little bit.
Bring it up a little bit. So I'm going to go into MLB news. Okay. So first piece of MLB news I have is Aaron Judge turned down a contract extension from the Yankees, which is pretty big.
That's wild.
Aaron Judge is a great player.
Yeah.
No idea where he would end up. There's a lot of teams that need a lot of help, so he could really go anywhere. I'm thinking A's is probably a good spot for him because they haven't spent any money. Blue Jays are playing the Yankees in the last game of this series tonight. Blue Jays are up two out of 3. They're playing their 4th tonight.
Vladdy had 3 homers.
Had 3 homers last night.
Insane.
After getting his finger cut open.
Jesus.
So, it was the first home run. Bounced off of Aaron Hicks' glove over the fence. That was the GoPro.
Whoops.
It might have gotten caught.
It probably did.
Bounced off of Aaron Hicks' glove, grazed the wall. They had to review it, and they were like, yeah, it's a home run because it disappeared behind the wall and came back over. And then just pure coincidence, that game last night was just about Vladdy and Aaron Hicks. It was crazy because Vladdy hit that over and, and then running down the base path, Aaron Hicks stepped on Vladdy's hand.
Oh.
And it didn't look like full weight went onto his entire hand, but I think it was his middle finger, like the cleat clipped it and it started bleeding profusely immediately.
Sorry.
That was a big hit.
Oshie just high sticked somebody, it looks like. Can't tell. I think he went to the box. God damn, this is a rough game. Washington's fighting to try to stay in that wild card position. So they need this win. Toronto's up 2-0 though right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump back into hockey.
No, it's all right.
Finger cut open.
Finger got cut open. I was immediately so worried because I don't want him to
be out. Right.
They just bandaged it up and he got right back in there. Such a monster. And then after that, he got, I think it was a double, and then he launched 2 more home runs.
God damn.
And what's funny about that being an Aaron Hicks and Vladdy game, Aaron Hicks also went to check his positioning card because they keep them in their hat right here. So they just take off their hat and look at it. But he's bald and it's stuck to the top of his head. Such a funny video clip to look at. He's just like, where the fuck is it? And it's just like stuck to the top of his head. So that happened. So that's
real quick,
funny.
while we're talking about threes, right? Vladdy getting 3 home runs. Nathan McKinnon the other night got his 4th career hat trick.
Oh, nice.
In a Colorado game that they won. What'd I tell you? 9-3? I think. Yeah, 9-3. They had 4 goals in the first period. It was fucking awesome.
3 is kind of nutty.
Yeah.
And then you lose by 6.
Yeah, they scored 4 in the first period, and then LA came back and scored 2 back-to-back, and then I think Colorado scored 1 or 2 more in the second period, and then God, I can't do math. They got the rest in the third. It was just crazy. It's such a high-scoring game from that team. They've had several where they've gotten like 7 points this season. 9's fucking crazy. Yeah.
Because you get games that end 1-0.
Right. That's off of a shootout too sometimes.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's nuts. But
somebody has to win. Well, not really. You can tie. Well, anyway. Friday last week, the Blue Jays were down 7-0 against the Rangers. They got it back to 7-4 just by getting a little rally going. And then Teoscar Hernandez hit a 3-run home run to tie it, which is kind of crazy that they came back from 7-0.
Right.
And then they ended up winning, I think, 10-7.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's huge.
So that's nuts. Speaking of Teoscar, he just got put on the 10-day IL because he strained his right oblique. It looked like it was his hip, but it happened last night. He was hitting, and he looked uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then he got a hit. I think he grounded out. But he didn't even run down the line. He pretty much just like trotted a few steps and was like, yeah, I'm not going to make it. Yeah.
Fuck.
So he's out for 10. Not too bad. I'm going to play the A's. And like I said, they haven't spent money, so they're not really doing too hot.
Right.
Knock on wood.
Ooh. This game's lit.
Is it usually this rough between these two teams?
I don't remember it be, but it's because it's we're
coming down to the wire.
Yeah, we're 2 weeks out now, I think, from playoffs. There's not many games left. Teams are fighting. Teams that haven't clinched are fighting to hold position or move up. I want to say Toronto has clinched, but like I said, Capitals I think are in that second wild card spot right now, so they're battling to stay in.
It's a fun game to watch.
Yeah, we might get off track several times because of this. Bring it back to baseball. Houston Astros. Not many people like that team. Did just show their sick new jerseys.
Oh
though.
My God, their City Connect jerseys are amazing.
They're fire.
Yeah, what do they say on them? Like
Space City,
City or something like that.
I think it's Space City.
And it's like
the NASA font.
It's like the NASA font, and there's like a swoosh, and it's their orange and dark blue. Whereas like the main color is dark blue.
And there's like a gradient. It's like the piping of it. Yeah.
Yeah. They have other uniforms that are really cool that are like white, and then it's a gradient from orange to red.
Oh, that's sick.
Those are really cool. I don't like the Astros, but
no
one does.
I'm just ready to see those Colorado jerseys. I'm waiting for it.
Oh, they're going to be so cool.
How are they doing? Do you know? Probably not good.
I can look real quick.
While you do that, I'm going to pull up the NHL standings too, so I can rattle that off since I've been mentioning it. Like I said, the first team to clinch, a couple episodes, I said the first team to clinch was Florida Panthers. Colorado Avalanche clinched like the day after. So as of right now, the teams for sure in the playoffs are Colorado, Florida, Carolina, New York Rangers, and Toronto. Those are the 5 teams that are in regardless of what happens the rest of the season.
Speaking of Toronto.
Right.
And they're up 2-0 after the first. So
yeah, that's why Washington is still battling so hard because they are in the second wild card spot.
They don't want to be wild card.
No. Boston has 3 more points than them right now on the season. They've got 95 to Washington's 92. Boston and the Penguins are tied, though, at 95 points. I don't know. I can't really see a good reason why the Penguins are in over Boston. Sorry, Jesse, not trying to talk shit, but if we're looking at the stats, Penguins have played 75 games. They have 42 wins, 22 losses, 11 overtime losses for 95 points. Their point differential is plus 37, though, so that's probably why, because Boston is looking at 73 games, 45 wins, 23 losses, 5 OT losses, 95 points, with a point differential of 30, plus 30.
Is it the overtime wins, do you think, Pittsburgh?
Those are OT losses.
You said losses?
Yeah, that 11 is OT losses. Because they count the OT loss because you still get a point for it being OT, so it doesn't hurt your point total as bad as just a normal loss. That's why they count it separately. It must just be the point diff. I don't know, though.
There's a bunch of weird stat math that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I can't keep up with it. Islanders are still in that. They're out of the wild card right now. They're the next team down. They have 77 points. With a point.
Still pull it.
With a point diff of 0. They are even. Every other team below them is under. Like the next team under them is minus 34. And then you've got a minus 71. So
they just have to worry about who's above them then.
Right. They need Washington to lose this game, and they need to win against the Penguins. They're down 2-0 last I saw. I'll check again right now. Yep, still 2-0 going into the second period. We'll see what happens, but fuck you, Jesse. Michael told me about your text the other day. What was it? It said, tell Tanner the Islanders can suck his dick or whatever. Eat it. Now the Islanders are going to lose just because I said that. Fuck it.
Yeah. Speaking of baseball, because we weren't. Speaking of baseball, Blue Jays are actually in a rain delay right now.
Maybe that's why we couldn't find the game. I don't know.
Maybe. But yeah, Blue Jays are 4-2, and then the Rockies are actually 4-1.
Oh hell yeah!
I don't know who they've been playing.
I can't watch their games then if they're still doing well. What if I'm a jinx?
They played the Dodgers in their first series. And
that's good.
They won. Let's see. 2 of 3.
Hey,
that's pretty good.
Wins a win
against the Dodgers. Then they beat the Rangers 2 times, and then now they're playing the Cubs, and that's gonna be a tough series because the Cubs are 3-2, and they still got some decent players.
Yeah. What do you do?
What was I saying? Notes. Right.
There was something you were looking up. There's something that you were like
I think it was the Rockies.
Was it the Rockies? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Their record is 4-1.
Goo brain, dude. I got goo brain.
PitchCom. I want to talk about PitchCom.
Yeah, you're telling me that you weren't feeling it.
This is from me watching.
Yeah.
I don't see it as annoying because I'm not playing, but I could see it being very annoying as a batter or a pitcher or a catcher. It's so fast now that batters aren't ready. They'll be still,
positioning,
getting ready to get into the box, and the pitcher's like about to get his wind up, and the ump's like, "Yo,
chill,
hang on." And then there's also the problem of kind of like with football where they have to cover their ear holes to hear. It's the same thing, but like you can't hear it apparently. Someone was telling reporters about how it sounds. The crowd drowns out the voice.
That's shitty.
Even at its high, and then at the highest volume, so they can maybe hear it. I don't know. I guess it's too much. It peaks and it
just blows it out.
Volume.
That's
because
weird.
It's so loud.
So is it?
People are going back and forth between PitchCom and traditional signs.
Is it a in-ear device or is it in helmet? Kind of like a speaker.
So it's like in the brim of their hat.
Okay.
I think those like bone headphones. I think it might be kind of like that.
Okay.
Or maybe it's just loud enough that they can hear it because it's right there.
Right.
But I don't really know.
Why not just make it an in-ear? Like, I guess you can have you have your full hearing for around you, your surroundings, but I don't know. You could put in our fucking wireless headphones, our Beats, and your AirPods. We can have a setting on our phone where we can hear our music, but also have it pumping live real-time audio into it as well.
Or you can mute it and it's just music only.
Right. So they could just do that, or it would still be priority on the audio coming through, but they still get the lifetime audio as well.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some tweaking because it's so fast that it's actually delaying the game slightly.
Huh.
So it's not really making much of it. I mean, it helps with the no sign stealing, but
right. How's the pitch clock going? Any difference on that?
I haven't noticed that there even is one. I'm wondering if that was just minor leagues or if that was
maybe they haven't brought it up yet.
Yeah, maybe it was just a rumor. I haven't seen anything on pitch clock.
Do the bases look bigger?
No, but I did see a photo. They're bigger, but they're not like that much crazier bigger.
They should have made them
just like an inch on both sides, maybe.
They should have just made them wacky big, dude. Just it's like a fucking stop sign out on the field. That'd have been sick.
They should make them circles.
Yeah. Let's get weird with it.
And then Yeah, last piece of news for sports that I have is Trevor Bauer's leave got extended through the 22nd of April.
We were talking about that a little bit at work.
My opinion on Trevor Bauer is kick him out of the league or let him play. What's the point of just extending his administrative leave over and over?
Or if you're not going to kick him fully out of the league, cut him, like get rid of his contract or whatever, where he's just like a limited free agent, like we were talking about too.
Yeah.
That way, I don't know. It's weird.
Because he still has his contract through the Dodgers, I believe.
Yeah. And it was a big fucking contract,
it was a good
too,
contract.
right? Yeah.
He was their ace, basically.
Crazy.
Speaking of aces, I actually just remembered, I don't know if Kershaw is actually the Dodgers ace still.
Are you talking about his...
But he had a perfect game I think he went 7 in 1 out, and they pulled him, and then the perfect game bid was over because they pulled him.
So stupid.
He had 80 pitches after, he was in the 8th inning, so that's amazing.
Right. I guess, like, it's early in the season, like, preserve him.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if he's in that rhythm, he's just flowing, let him do his thing.
Right. You're not going to see as many no-hitters and perfect games this year, I believe.
Because,
right. Last year it started out with people just blatantly cheating and they didn't care.
Right.
So, I don't know. They should have just kept him in. Who cares about preserving him? Let him get a perfect game. He needs it. He didn't pitch well at all last season. So,
real quick, we have just a few minutes before we need to re-up the cameras already. I was listening to a podcast earlier. I don't have really any other sports news off the top of my head.
I don't either.
But I was listening to a podcast earlier, and we kind of got into it. Last episode, we were talking about, like, hardest positions to play.
Mm-hmm.
They were debating the hardest sport to play in general.
That's tough.
And one dude was, like, die hard saying baseball is the hardest sport. And I wanted to get your opinion on that because they were looking at, like, some lists that were made too. And I want to say they had hockey ranked 3rd. Baseball was 1st. I can't remember what 2nd was. But, like, let's do top 5. Okay. If you were to make a top 5 right now.
I'm not going to put them in order because.
No, you have to do order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Starting
have to do
at
an
5.
Order.
Golf.
Yeah.
I've been golfing. It's fucking hard.
It's very hard.
If your backswing is barely off, you're not hitting that ball the right direction.
If you have your hand placement just, like, slightly off and, like, the tilt of it's all fucked.
4. That's tough, dude. This is tough. No hate on basketball, but I'm going to say basketball.
Okay.
Because, there's people that are really good that play at the YMCA on the weekends.
Right.
So, it's different when you get to the NBA level.
It is. It's obviously a higher difficulty. I think the biggest thing with basketball, like, the hardest thing about it, I guess, is, like, your stamina, just running back and forth.
Yeah.
But that doesn't even compete next to soccer.
Right, which is my number 3.
Okay, perfect.
Mainly because stamina and
so much running.
You played soccer when you were younger, right?
Yeah.
Running and trying to keep a soccer ball in front of you without just launching it is so fucking hard.
Yeah, it's tough. I didn't get to play for very long. I played, like, in elementary school or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then I moved to a school that didn't have it. All they had was baseball and basketball. Mm-hmm. And whenever I came back 2 years later, I just didn't get back into it because I was like, no, I'm fat. Like, I was already discouraged in middle school of, like, no, I'm too fat to run. So I played tennis instead because at least I'm running in a space that's, like, a fraction of the size. It's more lateral than it is front to back. So, anyways.
I completely forgot about football, but I feel okay with it being 6.
Yeah.
So, of course, you can get into, like, technique and skill in different positions, but overall as a sport, it's easy to comprehend. It's,
There's a lot of like downtime in football.
Yeah, you get to rest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're getting to sports where you get to rest, but number 2, I'll put hockey because I've rollerbladed. I've never ice skated. I can't imagine how much harder that is, and then not only doing that, keeping a puck to yourself, passing a puck without it getting intercepted, hitting people, and scoring. Nuts.
Yeah.
And then it gets into like hand placement, like you're talking with golf. Like there's different ways to shoot, and there's like different skill shots,
different deeks and stuff like that. Yeah.
And I'm gonna say baseball is the hardest.
You've got 2 minutes to explain why. You've got a minute to explain why.
The pitcher's 90 feet away from you. Depending on who's pitching, 95 miles per hour. That's milliseconds of a choice. Am I gonna swing? And then your swing timing has to be right. Your swing has to be on point, or you're gonna hit it into the dirt. Going back to swing timing, you're gonna hit it to a different part of the field if you're a little bit off. Going into fielding, you got to be able to read a ball in the air. You got to be able to get in front of the ball. You got to be able to throw the ball without it being inaccurate. You got to be able to beat people out. If you're a catcher, you got to block balls in the dirt. You got to throw it all the way down to second, beating a runner that's probably running like 20 miles per hour, that already has a head start on you, which it's like it's over 100 feet from home plate to second. I'm not a bad fan. I don't know how far it is.
I couldn't tell you the length of the ice in hockey, but...
And then if you're a pitcher, there's different ways to throw a pitch. You have to be able to locate it. You have different velocities. Am I running out of time? I probably am.
Yep, you're right. You're right on the edge.
And then there's like... The officials are pieces of shit most of the time.
The hardest part of all, not cheating.
Good point. This is the last thing I expected. Yeah, don't cheat.
Yeah, don't.
Put my notes away. Now I gotta reach into my...
While you were rattling off yours, I was sitting here like comparing, I didn't really think about it too much going into before I asked, but at number 5, I think I'm going to put football over golf.
That's fair.
I think I'm going to switch those because golf is hard. Like, I know it gets like hated on or whatever. It is hard.
Yeah.
But football, like, even though there are breaks in between and, like, depending on if you're on offense, defense, that whole thing, like getting rest time, there is a lot of, like, conditioning and strength that, like, goes into it.
Right.
And, like, how hard it is to launch a fucking football.
I can maybe get, like, 50 yards if I try really hard and throw my arm out.
Right. And I know gloves now are super tacky and make it easier to catch, but still, like, being guarded, catching that shit.
Right.
You're fucked. Going in at 4th, I think I'll put soccer.
Yeah.
American soccer.
That's a terrible band name. As opposed to what kind of soccer?
Well, everyone else calls it football.
Because they're wrong.
Well,
no, they're right.
They're very right. Because again, the conditioning of running I don't remember how big a soccer field is. It's big.
It's massive.
It's massive. That much running fucking sucks. I wouldn't say playing goalie in soccer is necessarily harder than hockey. I think they're pretty fucking close, but soccer, you don't have the pads or anything, so you're not filling out the goal like a goalie is.
Yeah.
There's a much bigger target. But playing goalie is fucking hard. It's a big ass net, big ass goal. people can hit shots from way outside and just have the perfect lift where, like, even if you jump, like, you might not be able to catch
it. They
it.
put, like, some stees on it.
Right.
And then you're just not going to touch it.
Fucking ridiculous. As a tangent, my brother played soccer and, like, all throughout school and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I told you this. I think he had, like, a scrimmage, like 2 scrimmages back to back one day. And it took 3 different impacts, but he broke his arm.
Oh.
Playing soccer. I think, like, he hit the ground on one. I think he dove and, like, hit the post on one of the goal. And then I think one of the other ones is he dove for the ball and someone kicked. So he broke his arm.
So his arm was just like, dude, okay.
Yeah, it's just...
I'm done.
Each time is just breaking a little bit more.
I'm done being an arm.
I'm probably butchering that. But then he, went to the doctor, like, got it fucking wrapped up, like, got a cast on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then was just like, well, I'm going to keep playing. So they would wrap it in, like, padding. So his arm was, like, this big. You just had, like, a club on it. And he just played, like, forward on a broken arm. So I know, like, soccer gets
dragging his arm behind him.
Soccer gets made fun of for being, like, soft and flopping, but it's fucking tough.
Yeah, and if you can flop good,
do it.
Yeah.
The same thing happens in basketball.
Oh my God, Marcus Smart.
For third, I'm gonna put baseball. Okay, no hate on it, but outside of pitching and hitting, like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like the conditioning for it is, like, it isn't as much as soccer and football, but because of pitching and hitting, I think that's why it's higher than those two.
Mm-hmm.
Because hitting a baseball isn't easy.
No,
it's not easy, especially at that level. It's fucking tough. I don't know.
But you could be Prince Fielder and be a professional baseball player.
Right, exactly. Exactly. For second, I'm going to put hockey. I wanted it first, but then the person on this podcast that I was listening to made a good point. So we'll get to that. Hockey, you're on fucking razor blades. You're on fucking knives on your shoes. There's dudes that are skating at like 20 miles an hour, when they hit top speed. It's fucking crazy.
They're trying to kill you.
You're on the hardest surface in sports. If you fall, like, you've got pads. It's fucking ice. It's not going to feel good. The playing goalie, the speed that slap shots come in at that you have to try to block, they come in at 90 miles an hour or faster, fucking ridiculous. And it's a puck that's just solid rubber. Doesn't feel good to get hit with. You see people get busted open all the time with it.
Well, they're frozen too.
Right. But also
it's just rocks.
Right. You have conditioning. Their shifts aren't as long as soccer shifts. They're like 30 seconds to a minute. But you're still getting, like, top end players are still getting like 20 plus minutes a night.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much back and forth. Like, the conditioning for that and the speed it takes for that is nuts. The stick handling and shot skill is ridiculous. You've tried shooting the puck for that sauce toss game I have. It's tough. You have to worry about football level hits, if not harder than football level hits, because of the speed you can get on skates. It's fucking crazy. For number one, it's going to be a slash. Boxing and MMA.
Okay.
I'm going to put those two together just because they're both combat sports.
Mm-hmm.
I think MMA is harder than boxing.
I agree.
Because there's
wrestling.
There's more you have to worry about. There's more threats. But just like the mentality you have to have, I feel like in a combat sport is crazy.
Yeah.
You're actively trying to hurt someone while trying not to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that you're gonna get hurt. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. I know people die in other sports too, but people just fucking die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the ring, in the octagon.
And then there's like, I'll cut you off. But
You're good.
There's like weight cutting.
Yes.
Which is
hell.
Awful.
Hell.
Watching like, I watched a video of like Chris Cyborg dropping weight, and it looked like I was just watching her slowly die.
It's brutal. There's people where like, as soon as they would get done cutting weight, they'd have to carry him to the back and immediately put him on like IVs and shit.
Yeah.
Because they're so dehydrated. Yeah, I just think you have to be a special breed to want to just get punched in the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially in MMA, unless you're one of the like top 10 fighters, you're not getting paid that well compared to other sports either.
Mm-mm.
Even in the top 10, some of those guys aren't making as much as like baseball and NHL contracts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
that's a good. I forget it's a sport. Like, I know it exists. Like,
right.
I keep that in my mind, but I don't really think of it as a sport that often, even though it very much so is.
It's one of the most exciting too.
Yeah,
like,
it's fun.
No sport I think gives me as much anxiety as UFC MMA does.
I get why they do it because of the way that the money works for them, but I wish it wasn't pay-per-view.
Yeah. I mean, they've gotten better about doing fight nights on like ESPN Plus and Hulu ever since they got the ESPN deal. But yeah, I mean, obviously for their big title fights, like they got a charge.
Yeah, you gotta pay $70 to watch.
I think
I'm the only person that's gonna watch.
Right. You almost have to try to. It's not worth it unless you get a group together.
Yeah.
Sorry. There was something else I was about to say about UFC. Oh, a dumb thing I hate about it is ever since Reebok took over as like the official outfitter for UFC, the contracts that like the money the fighters make off of that, I don't know if it's gotten better. I know when it happened, it was dog shit for the fighters because they were able to, have their trunks and basically be a NASCAR. Like they were able to just have sponsors all over it as much as they could fit. And they were just getting directly paid by different people in different companies.
Right.
So they were able to get more money potentially because they were sponsoring that specific person.
Mm-hmm.
From what I remember, that Reebok deal was shit for the fighters, especially like, I don't know, people that were pimped out in sponsors on their shorts. Mm-hmm. I don't remember like what the big cut was, but I don't think UFC ever like really compensated them that well after that transition.
You weren't allowed to have like as many sponsors or something?
No, as soon as Reebok came in, you can't have sponsors on your shorts.
That's stupid.
It's all Reebok. Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, all their fight kits are Reebok shorts.
Sucks too.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was like Adidas or Nike or something like Puma, yeah, they would be, balling out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, Nike and Adidas are tied up in like all these other sports. I can't imagine like we're kind of stretching a little bit. I don't know. They're massive companies. They could do it. I guess they can't make as much money in UFC as they can jerseys. It's harder to sell fight kits than it is a jersey.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Under Armour would be great.
Under Armour would make so much sense.
Yeah. It's like people are wearing compression shit
right
when they're like sparring or like walking in constantly.
That would have been the smarter
move. And I would rather,
move.
if I was in the position, I would rather not have anything Reebok.
Yeah. Especially because they make them like walk out wearing like Reebok shoes too. I think especially whenever they drop new ones, they're like, hey, all of y'all have to wear this new shoe out there.
I'll wear flip-flops.
Yeah, I'll just go barefoot. Fuck it.
Reebok shoes are so ugly. I'm not going to get into it, but they're so ugly.
I have one pair of Reeboks.
They're ugly.
They are ugly. But they're so ugly that it's like, well, those are kind of interesting,
Yeah.
I got them for the gym.
They're just absurd.
That's I'll show you once we're done.
Okay.
They're the only reason why I got them was for the gym because they're like flat-footed, and I was like, well, this is supposed to be better for legs. So, are you getting buzzing in your headphones? Mine just quit. Never mind. We're good. Man, this is going to be a shorter episode.
It is.
Especially compared to last week.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to that one.
Yeah,
If you did, and make sure you followed Jesse too. That's the boy.
Ed 555 ESSE.
Yes.
So that's his Twitter. That's the one he wanted to shout out.
Still no Baker news since then, other than him saying that he 100% feels, what was the quote?
Disrespected.
Yeah, disrespected, and that it's being treated,
poorly.
He did have one quote I loved too. I don't remember the context, but he was like, I would love to go to someone's cubicle and just boo the shit out of them. It's so funny.
Was that in reference to the Cleveland fans?
I don't think it's I think it's fans in general and probably like front office people too. I think it's a shot at like a lot. But I think the main thing is, fans, which I get.
Yeah.
Can't be easy, especially like we were talking about with football as the quarterback. As good as you are, a loss always comes back to you.
Right.
So.
In my mind, it should always go back to the coach in football.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's very obviously like the quarterback's fault because he just threw interceptions the whole game or something.
Right. Sorry, I was checking to make sure I didn't have anything else, and now I'm checking to see what the Islanders are at. I'm fucking scared. 1-2.
Hey.
That's progress.
Upward trend.
I
don't believe.
You got any baseball updates?
Well, says Toronto is about to start.
See if
wondering
I can
if the
find
rain
that real
delay's
quick.
gone.
Man, I want to put the Islanders game on so bad. Can't do it though.
Yeah, they're in their warm-up, so I guess they are going to play. That's good.
Hell yeah.
Fingers crossed they win, but if they don't, that's okay.
I'm not.
They split the series with the Yankees, and I'm pretty happy with that already.
Does Colorado play today? I thought that they were off today. They do. They play at 8. Sick. Be able to watch that at least. How much time do we have left before we need to restart the cameras? Because I don't want to jump into our artist and then immediately have to.
Well, we can just do it anyway.
Yeah, we can.
It'd be a good time to. Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to see if there's any baseball for you. You got any music recommendations that you want to shout out right now? Any stuff you've been listening to in your spare time?
There was a song. I don't know if it's an older song or not, but it came up in my Discover Weekly. It's Black Oak by Slaughter Beach Dog.
Slaughter Beach Dog's really good.
I don't know if it's a new song or not, but it's a song I've never heard before. I haven't really dove into Slaughter Beach Dog.
I haven't. I've meant to ever since modern baseball went on indefinite hiatus. I just for some reason haven't.
Yeah.
So, oops.
It's like you know that one song in Napoleon Dynamite that's like
I Think We Are Gonna Be Friends. That's a White Stripes song.
Oh, is it really?
I think so.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure it's Jack White at least. It might be a cover, but I'm pretty sure that's White Stripes.
Huh. Anyway, it's kind of got that vibe. It's got like a upstrung kind of like a main primary note kind of guitar.
Yeah. Playing,
and then got like folk elements. He's not even really singing. He's kind of like just talking. It's fun. Like I said, I don't know if it's a new song or not. So.
Did you ever listen to Weed Pin by Drug Church?
Yeah.
That song's fucking sick.
Drug Church came up in my Discover Weekly too.
Hell yeah.
Tillery?
I don't know that one. I'm a fake fan. I just know that song because of TikTok. Run by Lil Darky.
I didn't hear that one.
His new music's been really good. I really like the new style he's going with. Lemonade by Vince Staples.
Oh.
That's another one I've had on repeat.
His album's solid.
Yeah. You weren't feeling it at first.
No. I took the second listen through because, I don't know,
Sometimes it's your headspace whenever you get into an album too.
Yeah,
You're
and
just-
Vince Staples' style is a little weird to me because he's got like these hard, gang-related lyrics, and then it's like slow songs.
Yeah, I thought I heard something where like growing up, he didn't really listen to rap music. I think he listened to more like R&B type shit.
Oh, that's cool.
And
So
so
it's what he likes.
yeah, so
I like that.
you can kind of hear that like in the music where most of the beats are softer, but he's talking about some tough shit.
Yeah, like trying to think about some of the harder, like Magic. That's a single that came out.
Yeah.
That's like one of the harder beats in the whole album. The rest of them are pretty soft, but
yeah.
it's a good album.
It is. I've liked Vince ever since I heard it's not North. It's off that album though. It's off of Summertime '06. Lift Me Up. That popped up on my recommended on YouTube one time and I was like, "Oh, this is sick." So I've just been on his shit ever since then. Really solid artist.
I got into him because I was going through all of the Cave episodes.
Oh yeah.
I love his episode.
His is one of the best. I know Kenny Beats probably hates that episode the most because after it, he keeps calling him like the police on that. After that, on like his Twitch streams and like all of his social media, people just refer to him as a cop. And so
that would suck.
Yeah.
For the industry he's in.
Right. I'm sure at
it was
first,
a joke, obviously.
Right. At first, he was probably like, "Ha, this is funny." And then it's like, "Oh, it's been like 2 years, and everyone still refers to me as a cop." Like,
yeah, it's kind of lame.
Yeah. I can't think of any other music right now that I've been listening to a bunch of podcasts recently. That's not interesting to talk about.
I mean, we both have. It's weird to talk about other podcasts on a podcast.
It is. So
it's very meta.
We're not going to do it. I don't think we mentioned Denzel Curry's last album.
I thought we had.
If we didn't, we're doing it now. It's a damn near perfect album.
It's such a good album.
Listen to that, especially Troubles with T-Pain. If you haven't heard that song, it's a fucking anthem. Like, it's so sick. Love T-Pain. I love his like streaming that he's gotten into.
Yeah.
It's weird seeing him do stuff with like Pay Money Wubby and like Ludwig.
Just watching him play video games is very weird.
Yeah. It's a great time though.
Yeah. I'm going to see Pine Grove.
Oh yeah. When is that?
The 22nd.
That'll be sick.
Yeah.
Isn't Blue going?
Blue's going, and then Jesse and his girlfriend are going to try to go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I need to hit a show. I don't know. I don't like crowds.
Crowds suck.
I've been getting like my social anxiety has gotten way worse over the last year for some reason. So don't know what that's about.
You've had a lot of changes.
Yeah, I mean we've moved, changed jobs and stuff, and it is.
You interact with people a lot more now than you used to.
I do. I wasn't aware. Well, no, I don't.
Well, strangers.
Well, yeah, more strangers. It was the same people every day. Fucking Hulu's messed up again. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Anytime like I go out now, shit, even with like family, I'll be there and just like I can feel the moment like my switch flips and I'm like, I have to go. Like I can't be here anymore.
Is it like once you have like a certain amount of conversations and then you're just like
no, it's different every time. Like I don't know what it is that like triggers it. It's just I'll be fine and then out of nowhere it's like I need to be home, like away from everyone right now and just like on my couch or in my office.
Right.
So that's lit. That's a good feeling.
I get that. I understand that feeling, but I get it from having the same conversation with multiple people.
Yeah, that's
like
tough.
I'm sick of talking about my job.
Yeah.
I like my job, but I don't want to talk about it with 10 different people but say the same thing over and over.
Right, that's the worst, is especially in the same day you're just repeating the same story over and over again. It's just it gets less and less interesting every time you have to tell it.
You're less passionate about it than the last person.
It's like, yeah, so I was working and then there was use X-Acto blades to, cut shit out, and it was sitting on the table, and I went to grab something, and as I backed into the table, I had just changed the knife blade, and I was like, oh, what just pinched me? And I look, and the X-Acto blade is stuck into my ass cheek. It's hanging onto my ass cheek. I'm like, oh, this isn't good. So then I have to pull it out, and I walk to the bathroom, and I'm too embarrassed to try to go get a Band-Aid, so I'm holding toilet paper to it, and I have to yell for somebody hey, I stabbed my ass. Can you get me a Band-Aid? It's whatever. That's a real story.
It is a real story.
That's a real story.
I just remember I was looking in a different direction. You go, ow. And I looked back and you just had a knife hanging out of your ass. That's a good story. I forget about that had happened.
I don't.
That was a good sentence, but
I'm going to save my favorite story to tell for a big episode. My favorite story to tell. It involves Finding Nemo 3D.
Yeah.
I've got to figure out a good way to tell that on here. I'm just going to tease it right now. Finding Nemo 3D. I was in high school. There's a couple people watching this that know what I'm referencing, and I hope that brings you joy. There's potentially one person watching this going, I know that. What's the story? Never. Oops. You'll hear it one day, maybe.
Can you imagine hearing about that? I was in the car with you. I'm so sorry I made you wait.
I'm not telling it today. I'm not telling it today. You're just going to have to stick around and keep watching this podcast, keep listening until I decide that you're ready to hear it. Let's re-up these cameras.
Ooh. So I'm just going to say that we're back. Mike Trout just launched a 472-foot home run.
Holy shit. That's huge. Let's get a clap real quick. 1, 2, 3.
That's massive.
That's big. Islanders are losing 3-1.
Oh.
Hulu isn't working, so I can't even...
What a trash can service.
Let's just close all of it. Let's get into our artist.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
112.9 miles per hour.
God damn. What a piss missile, dude. Jesus.
Piss missile.
We did Ariana Grande this week.
We did.
We
did Mac last week.
We did Mac last week. We're trying to keep connections. Not a fun connection.
Not a great connection, but it is a connection.
It is.
4-1.
Toronto's winning 4-1. That's what we want. Because they're just going to choke in the first round of the playoffs anyways.
Good shit on, nerds.
Fucking idiots. How many times is Mitch Marner going to launch the puck out of play and get a delayed game penalty this season? We'll see. He's done it every playoff he's been in. Multiple times.
Why? Just
trying to move the puck down the ice, and he just fucking launches it out of the arena.
So he's just low-key bad.
He's really good. He's had a really good season. It's just the pressure of the playoffs gets to the Maple Leafs so hard because they haven't won. They haven't made it out of the first round in a minute. They haven't won a cup in forever. So, sucks to suck. Ariana Grande. We obviously knew Ariana Grande's music. Make that 5-1 Toronto.
God.
Fucking nuts. I'm pulling up Ariana's music. First album is Yours Truly. I didn't save a song. I didn't save a single Ariana song.
I'll pull up
it's not
to see what I saved.
It's not because I didn't like her music. I just didn't care enough to save it because how many times I've heard her music and anything that wasn't a hit didn't really, that wasn't a radio hit already, didn't really stand out to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This album is just very most of her music is just very cookie cutter. I do know Popular Song is one of the worst songs I've ever fucking heard in my life.
I hate that song with a passion.
It's dog shit.
Who's the feature in that? Does it even say?
Mika, M-I-K-A.
Fuck that guy.
I
want to be popular.
Hated that.
I remember hearing that song. I don't know where or when, but as soon as I heard it the first time, I was like, this song fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's not good. The only song I like off of this album, no surprise, is The Way with Mac Miller.
That's genuinely like that.
That's
song.
An all-time song. Not even just because Mac is in it. It's just, I don't know, there's nostalgia to it. It's catchy. It's a really good song.
Her singing is pretty. I mean, she has pretty singing.
She's got a great voice, yeah.
But it's especially pretty in that song.
For sure. Did you have any notes off of this album?
I have some notes. Honey, these are songs. The only song that I favorited was The Way.
Mm-hmm.
I only favorited songs that I genuinely would listen to again from her.
Right.
But I took notes on songs that I didn't favorite. Honeymoon Avenue, not bad.
Not bad.
Not for me.
Nope. Not at all.
Has a
6-1. 6-1 Toronto.
God. Who's their goalie? Just pull them.
That's tough.
Just let them score. They're just gonna steamroll them.
Yeah. They still have a whole nother period left. I gotta see who scored that. What
the heck was that?
He went to flip it down ice. Dude couldn't get it out of his skates. Oh, what a fucking pass. Oh my God. 2-on-1 with the cross crease pass. Put it top titty.
He flipped it in.
Yep, top titty. That was awesome.
I genuinely feel bad for Washington's goalie.
Yeah, I don't know if they've already pulled their starter. If they haven't, they should.
Anyway, Ariana.
Yep.
I said Honeymoon Avenue has a catchy chorus, and then I said, just kidding, I just heard the part where the voice goes deep, and it's not good at all.
That was bad. That was so unnecessary.
It was her voice, but they just cranked the shit all the way down.
Yeah.
It was trash.
No, did not sound good.
I somewhat liked the song before that,
and
then I was like,
we both just looked at each other. We were like, what the fuck is happening?
And then the song Right There. I'm not a big Sean fan.
No.
But this
Not
song is a
bad.
good example of why I'm not.
His verse is weak.
Trash Rhymes. He said, got some girls missionary, my black book at numbers thicker than a dictionary. Huh? That's so lame.
It's bad. He had another rhyme that made me just audibly groan, and I can't remember it. That's how forgettable it was.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. He's not terrible.
Cheesy.
Very cheesy verse. Not the best example of what he can do. He's typically a better featured artist too.
Yeah.
So.
He definitely does better, but
I don't.
Yep. Piano, Nickelodeon ass beat.
Yes.
Sounds like a straight from Sam and Cat song.
Yeah. Not very good.
No. Almost Is Never Enough. It sounds like she wrote it for her grandparents because of the way that it sounds, not the lyrical content.
Isn't it very I don't know.
It's like jazz clubby.
Yeah.
Which is something that she does throughout
pretty much all of her
not really
music.
her later albums as much.
But you can still hear that influence.
Yeah. It'll go from fucking popular song to saying racial slurs to the guy busting your table in a jazz club.
Jesus.
That type of music.
Right.
Popular song, Hate It With a Passion. Better Left Unsaid. Party song that doesn't fit in with the rest of the album.
No. I don't even remember how it sounds.
What the fuck is 2013 party music?
Not good.
It sounded like fucking LMFAO was supposed to be featured in that song.
Yeah. It was
trash.
Pretty shit. My Everything is the next album. Sorry, I wasn't trying to just...
No, yeah. I'm done with that first album. So.
Okay. This music's going to go by quick. I can tell you that. So we might reference this hockey game quite a bit if it keeps up the pace it's on. Not trying to hate on Ariana Grande. It just... You'll hear. We'll get through it. My Everything Deluxe version. Problem is still a banger.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Problem's still sick. One Last Time is still an anthem.
Yeah, I like One Last Time as well.
And
Be My Baby is another one that I favorited.
Oh, yeah. Cashmere Cat's on that. That's a good one. Love a Gambino feature. Not his best. Better than Big Sean's. ASAP Ferg had like one of the worst features I've heard on this album. It's your birthday, or what's his cadence?
It's your birthday.
Yeah, I did not like that.
I don't even remember if he had a rap verse.
He did.
See, one memorable.
Yeah. Bang Bang.
I hate that song.
It got overplayed. I don't know.
I've never liked that song, and Ariana Grande is the epitome of overplayed music.
Yeah, her stuff is on the radio just nonstop. I don't listen to the radio much, and that's why, because they just played the same 10 songs over and over again. But, I mean, she's very popular, so her music's, of course, going to be all over it. Sorry, I got a text.
You're good. So for Problem, I said it's a certified suburban classic instead of a certified hood classic.
What song?
Problem. Because it's Iggy Azalea.
Yeah.
Iggy shout out Iggy, though. I miss Iggy Azalea.
It's a pretty good verse.
I miss her. I don't know what she's up to.
Raising Cardi's kid.
True. One Last Time. I love the instrumental for that song. But I wish the song itself got more excited. It feels like there should be a build up to something, but it doesn't. Left me wanting more.
I forgot to say Break Free. That's a classic, the Zed feature.
It's just dubstep.
It is, but it's fun. It's a good song.
Yeah. Well. I didn't mean to do you like that. That was directed towards Ariana.
That's our time.
Well, where do we rake her? You got more? I still got notes.
No, you go for it. I got nothing else.
I got two more. Well, one more actually, because we already talked about Bang Bang. Hands on Me just sounds like she wants to be Missy Elliott.
Yeah, I remember thinking it had a Missy vibe. For sure.
Yeah. Fucking, you're not. So, stop it.
God damn it. I have nothing to add. Is that's all the notes?
That's it for that.
Oh, okay. All right. Dangerous Woman. Man, Side to Side's all right.
Fuck
it. It's an okay song. It's cookie cutter. Most of the music is. It's just your generic pop.
That song is was so overplayed.
It was. Dangerous Woman, the title track, isn't bad. Into You is probably the best song off of the album.
I like the woos going into the chorus on that song.
Yeah. This is where her music does start to get more horny too.
Oh god, it gets like uncomfortably horny for her. I don't know why like her being horny makes me uncomfortable.
I don't know.
Like it's the Nickelodeon phase.
Probably.
Yep.
I don't have much to say about this album. I didn't really care for it.
You didn't like any songs or favorite any songs?
No.
I favorited Be Alright and then New Better / Forever Boy.
I can't remember how either of those go.
I didn't have notes on them, but I favorited them.
Huh. What notes do you have?
So for Moonlight, I like the strings at the end of that song. She kind of has the same thing with Mac Miller, where it's kind of like cinematic-y strings.
Yeah.
The Dangerous Woman, catchy, nice high notes. But I don't know why that song is a hit like it is. It's not really that great of a song. Into You, yeah, I love the woos. Leave Me Lonely, Macy Gray has a beautiful voice.
I forgot that she was on that.
Beautiful voice.
The Future feature was just okay.
I forgot he was even featured. It wasn't bad.
Not super memorable.
No, I don't remember what he did in that song.
No.
Be Alright. I actually have a note for that. I like the voice that they used in the beat.
Like they use it as the instrument. Yeah.
I love when songs do that. So I guess that's why I liked that song. That's all I had for that album, though.
Hell yeah, we're just flying.
A lot of her music is filler.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of hoping this would be like a Miley thing. Like, even though I knew she had big popular songs like off of these albums, I was hoping for a better experience. And we're not done with the albums yet, but I don't know. You could show me a song off of any of these albums, and I couldn't tell you what album it was off of. You know what I mean?
And she doesn't have. She pretty much stays level of good, bad. I don't know how to phrase this. Like
it's all you can say is it is cookie cutter pop music.
Cookie cutter consistency.
Yeah, it's never too bad. It's never too great. It's just it's there.
She's there to get radio time.
People are gonna hate us.
I don't care. I don't like Ariana Grande.
Sweetener. Blazed. I like it just because of the Pharrell feature and production. That's a good one. God is a Woman was overplayed, but it's still okay. She realized that song sounded like Missy Elliott, so she went and got Missy Elliott for Borderline.
Right.
It's always cool hearing Missy. Breathin' is another one that was overplayed a ton, but it's still, I don't know, it's catchy.
The songs that I favorited are The Light Is Coming featuring Nicki Minaj.
I don't even remember what that sounds like.
Me either. God is a Woman and Breathin'. And my notes are The Light Is Coming. It's funky and catchy. God is a Woman, a hit song that I actually like. Most of her hit songs I fucking hate because they're overplayed. And I'm not really big into pop music either.
It's got to be interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
This sounds, like cliche and like everybody has this opinion, but I really only enjoy like 80s pop and 90s pop.
80s pop is so lit.
Because that's like the pop music that I grew up with is like 80s and 90s pop.
Yeah. And still listen to it pretty heavily. I don't know, back then there was like pop music was a wider genre, it felt like. You know what I mean? You had
the very different styles of pop.
Right. Now most pop music is just, it's a formula. I'm not like just trying to hate on it like in general, but radio pop music it's a formula. They've got it down to an equation as far as length, when the chorus and verses hit.
It's typically like verse, chorus,
bridge, chorus.
Chorus 2.
Yeah.
or where
There's
chorus
like a key
2 is
change.
just like key change, or like they sing more aggressively.
Yeah.
And then they add another instrument.
Right.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
Not fun formula
That's
for
not
music.
that's not saying there aren't great pop artists. Like there still are.
Yeah.
As a whole, though, it is a pretty bland genre, in my opinion.
We just got really yellow. Thanks, Liberty Mutual. Not an ad.
Your battery's about to die.
Yeah, I can change that.
You got any notes to bang out about this album real quick?
God's a Woman, hit song I actually like. Catchy, nice voice and instrumental. Breathe In, I like this song. I love her ad-libs.
Yeah.
Borderline Dope Misty feature. That's what I had for that album.
Well, hell yeah. We will be right back after this battery change.
Ooh. That's our...
Ooh, ooh. 1, 2 and 1, 2, 3.
Fuck you. It was like 15 measures.
It's playing jazz.
My God.
All right. Thank You Next. This is the album I knew the best. Going into this, I had listened to this album all the way through before. Man,
I didn't favorite a single song off of this album.
I didn't either, but I still like, Seven Rings was a big song. I like that song. I don't know why. Thank You Next. It's fucking catchy. And so is Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored. I don't know why. I really like that song. There's just something about it. There was one time where Ethan and I were fucking around with music, and we were playing these chords, and I was like, this sounds like it's in the key of that song. So just real softly, I threw auto-tune on and started singing the chorus, and it fit. And I was like, we should make a remix of this. And then we never did anything with it. It was just like, nah.
This is a possibility. We're not gonna.
It's still on my computer somewhere, so maybe I'll find it and like post it for the podcast like page. But
That'd be cool.
yeah, see if I can find it. I probably didn't even call it Break Up With Your Girlfriend or Boyfriend.
The way that you title stuff, you're never gonna find it.
No, there's stuff on there. It's like salsa beat, drone strike type beat. It's okay, I guess. Like,
Like maybe I could make a song with this.
yeah, it's a shit show. I can't think of any other songs I like.
Thank You Next is basically like name her hits, and it's this album.
Yeah, she had hits before it, obviously, but these are her biggest hits, it feels like. And they're good. I like these hits better than I have any of the other ones. I am still not going to go out of my way to listen to them, though.
No. I will avoid this album. I do have notes, however.
Let's hear them.
3 notes. The song Imagine. God damn, she whistling. She's got those fucking whistle notes, bro. God damn.
I don't know how you hit that. Like, I can't imagine being able to sing like that.
It's inhumane. It's wrong.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to.
I was trying to, while I was listening to that song, I was trying to think of how her whistle notes would sound, like, transposed down. It's such a weird sound if you can imagine how that would sound. It's just like a, but like turned way down. I probably just upset your dogs. But Seven Rings, overplayed. Just brag if you're gonna. It's so annoying because she's like, I have all these great things. I'm not bragging though.
I don't know. I like that
I hate
song.
when people do that.
Right.
It's like, I've got all this money. Look at these cars. I'm not bragging.
I like it.
You are. Just brag. It's less demeaning.
It's a good beat.
Break Up With Your Girlfriend. That song's toxic.
It is. It is toxic. some of the best
It's
music,
catchy,
though.
but
That's Future's whole discography is toxicity. Like,
she's toxic and horny. That's all that Ariana Grande is.
yeah. I guess shit. We're at Positions Deluxe.
I didn't hate Positions, but
I didn't either, but I can't.
It feels like the rest of her albums.
It does. Like, I'm having a hard time remembering, like, really any of the songs other than the title track, Positions, and then 34 plus 35. And I'm ashamed to admit how long it took me to realize that equals 69. Horny. You spray bottle. No.
Yeah. Oh, I just went with a get him.
God. It's not a bad album.
I do want to say 3435, horniest song that she has. One of the most ever played, especially right now.
Yeah.
It's way different hearing her say "fuck me till the daylight" instead of "love me till the daylight."
Yeah. It makes it better.
It makes it hornier.
It does. Well, yeah, but I don't know. It's not a bad song. I just feel bad about how we're reviewing her music right now.
I don't, but
what do you do?
What do you do? It's not really her fault.
No, she's got a great voice. Like, you can't take that away from this, like, experience. I'm not trying to cut you off from the rest of your notes. She has an incredible voice. It's just generic. We can't say it any other way. We've said it multiple times now. Just this whole experience is just generic.
There's always going to be that one artist, and Ariana Grande is that one artist where it's like every song she puts out is going to get radio play.
Yeah.
Whether or not it deserves radio play or not.
Right, just because she has such a huge following.
Yeah.
They're going to listen regardless. Hit your notes.
Well, the first note I have is this little skit thing that we had going on where it's so funny to think about being a real estate agent.
I need to look that up to confirm. But yeah, I was ready to get into that. Hold on. You go off notes. I'm going to look this up to confirm before we do this bit.
All right. 3435, horny, overplayed. We just talked about it. The song Motive, one of her best songs. Also, I'd lay down my life for Doja Cat. I would jump and play in traffic if Doja Cat would say hi to me. Song Positions, overplayed. POV, I like the strings and the synths in that song. I don't hate POV. I actually favorited that song and Just Like Magic and Motive with Doja Cat. Those were the three that I favorited.
It's hard for a song not to be a banger with Doja Cat on it. She's just great.
Yeah, she never answered my DM.
Will you read your DM?
Yeah.
And I've got it right here, just for confirmation. Dalton Gomez is an American luxury real estate agent. And the worst part about this, like, headline or article, whatever, is it just says he's a luxury real estate agent from LA who has a net worth of $20 million. He is known for being the husband of American singer and actress Ariana Grande. Like, obviously she's the star of the relationship or whatever, but it's got to just feel weird to be, you're a luxury real estate agent, but you're known for being married to Ariana.
Yeah. It's so funny to think about, like, he just goes into work and they're like, hey, did you fuck Ariana?
Right, yeah.
She was talking about it at her job. So I was just... Does she make the earthquake like she says she does?
There's no way she makes an earthquake. I can't remember what song that was. She was like, I make an earthquake. It's like, dude, you weigh like 40 pounds.
You turn sideways and disappear.
And we're not, this isn't like making fun of her weight or anything. It's strictly the lyric of making an earthquake that's so funny to think about. Like, unless she's just really dense, like she wears like she just doesn't show she's actually like 400 pounds. She's an optical illusion, like.
But she's actually just really, really, really tall.
The other bit was like, she talks about like talking dirty and stuff, like wanting him to talk dirty. And it's just so funny to think like, oh, dude, I'm gonna fuck up your mortgage rate, dude. You're never gonna pay this fucking house off.
You told me what houses you're looking forward to. I'm gonna only show you bungalows.
I'm about to show you this house that is out of your budget just to make you feel like shit.
LeBron can't even afford this house.
He'll never own this house. Good luck in this fucking market, idiot.
But he doesn't say it like that. He's just like, so actually, with the budget,
right.
the budget that you've given me, you can't afford this. She's like, ah. He's like, and your APR is actually going to be 40%. She's like, stop. Oh.
I don't even know. I'm going to fumble on this bit so hard. He's just in the pussy, and he's just like, yeah, if you take out this load-bearing wall, it would definitely open up for more room. Like, you could definitely make this, like, a man cave or...
He's like, you don't have a basement, but we could totally put a basement, and it won't mess up your foundation.
Damn, this shit's really wet. I think you have a drainage issue.
Damn, girl, when's the last time you got inspected?
Oh my god.
Your market value is so low.
What were you looking up?
Why don't you catnip?
Oh, okay. Read that off real quick.
So, I sent her a photo of the book titled "Are You My Mother?" And I said, I didn't say anything. And then she didn't answer, obviously. A day or two later, I was like, no, but seriously. Then a little bit later, like a month, I said, you never answered me.
Oh my god. Didn't you have a Florence Pugh tweet too? Or just like happy birthday mommy or something like that?
I was like, happy birthday mom. I mean,
oh my god.
Those are my wives.
Did you have any other notes on her music?
I would, if it wasn't played so much, I would like her music so much more.
Yeah, it's not bad music. We just keep saying it. It's not bad music.
Yeah, it's not really her fault, but it is too.
Yeah. I'm pulling up the list.
Hey, Washington actually scored at 6-2.
Hey, good for them. Good luck.
Start of the third.
Good luck coming back from that deficit, though. I'm gonna
honestly, if I was Washington, I'd just skate around.
I'm gonna try to predict the final score. I'm gonna say 8-3. I'm gonna go 8-3.
I'm gonna go 9-2.
I like that.
I don't think they're gonna score again, but I think it's possible Toronto can score 3 more times.
I just have this feeling that Toronto's gonna have a dumb penalty, and Ovechkin will just come in and hit an insane clapper.
He's very visibly upset.
Oh yeah, he's pissed. He's pissed. I feel like if anyone's gonna score, it's gonna be Ovechkin.
I'm just gonna 1v4 it.
I'm sticking with 8-3. We'll see what happens. We didn't go through and break up the list.
They just scored Toronto.
Oh my god! I looked down for 1 second. We didn't break up the list yet by genre, like we said we were going to. We'll get to that.
Maybe that's what we do in episode 10 on the podcast.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We've been trying to think of something to do for the 10th episode. It's not a big milestone, but there's a stat where like most podcasts don't even make it to like episode 15 or something like that.
Oh, we're going to do it forever, even if no one's listening.
Yeah, it's just for
fun.
us.
Yeah.
We get these dumb thoughts and we got to let it out somewhere.
Right.
At least our friends like it, or they tell us they do. They lie to
They're
us.
nice about it.
Yeah. Our current ranking, I'll go through it. Top to bottom. Mac Miller, Foo Fighters, Nirvana, J. Cole, Jay-Z, Miley Cyrus, 4 Year Strong, Frank Ocean, Eminem, Issues, Woe Is Me, Creed / Limp Bizkit, A Day to Remember, Nickelback, MGK. Where's Ariana Grande going?
Do you? I have my spot. I want to hear you. I'm usually the one that puts them. I think. It feels that way.
I'm gonna go in between Eminem and Issues.
So Eminem above her?
Yep.
I was thinking between Frank Ocean and Eminem.
That's where I almost put her. I almost said that.
What's your reasoning?
Because with her music, it is generic pop. She hasn't really innovated anything about the genre. Even the whistle notes in her vocal range, it's pretty much just new Mariah Carey, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
At least with Eminem, he is such like a legend. We got to fight. We got to fight. Maybe not. They're all bundled up right now, though.
You pussies, let it happen.
Fucking cowards. God damn it. At least with Eminem, as like not great as some of his songs are, he has so many like hits that like are important to music, in my opinion. I feel like he has done more for music than Ariana Grande has. Of course, it's Tom Wilson. They're just going to go after the guy. Everybody hates him. He's down on the ice trying to get up. He gets checked into the wall while he's already down on the ice.
Him in the helmet.
What the fuck? Hold on, guys. Sorry. This is breaking. We're breaking up what we're saying, but we got to see what led to this. Oh, they're just re-showing the goal. That's cool. Show us why they tried to fight. That was a dirty fucking dangle, though. That was pretty gross. So, yeah, I think Eminem should be above her just because he is more important to music, in my opinion. Like, the amount of people he's inspired, you know what I mean? Like, to rap. I feel like he's inspired more people to try rapping or, like, had a bigger influence on rap music than Ariana Grande has had on pop.
Yeah. No, I could see that. I was just thinking about Eminem's lows were so much lower than hers.
They were.
However, you have a good point. Music hasn't progressed because of Ariana Grande.
No, and I know this is supposed to be based off of the experience of listening to it, and like hers didn't really have like some of the extreme lows that Eminem did. But even with Eminem's extreme lows, I feel like because of those lows, it made his highs so much higher.
Yeah.
Ariana,
and his highs were way higher than hers. Yeah. Except for her whistle notes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You can't go higher than a whistle note. But it's just, ooh. Oh, yeah. That was a trip. Yeah. Do you agree with that?
No, yeah. You got a good point. Also, Kamikaze, that album on its own trumps everything that she has out.
Yeah. I agree.
So, yeah, Eminem.
Again, it's hard because we're comparing different genres and styles. That's why we're going to break it up. So we'll see where she's at. Still,
I think she would be at the bottom of pop.
Yeah, because we haven't done many pop.
We have Miley Cyrus.
Cyrus. What do we count? Frank isn't pop. He's not rap. He's hip hop R&B.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he's pretty much in the list on his own right now.
Yeah.
We'll put him in hip-hop. More in there. We have more on our list.
Right.
Well, speaking of our list, I have artists to knock out that I haven't done in a while.
So that's what we're going with between Eminem and Issues?
I think that's a good spot.
Sick.
Let's see. We did Mac Miller last week, so that gets a check mark.
Do you want to read off who all we have on our list?
Do you want me to include everybody? Even the ones we've done?
No. Who we have left.
Okay, so we have... It's a long list, so I'll be talking for a second. Bring Me the Horizon, Turnstile, Coldplay, The World is a Beautiful Place, 21 Savage, North Lane, Cannibal Corpse, Bullet for My Valentine, Childish Gambino, Chance the Rapper, Beastie Boys. That'll be a fun one. Red Hot. Chili Peppers.
Right.
Kendrick Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
ICP.
Fuck.
Hall & Oates.
Yes.
Ed Sheeran. Maroon 5.
Oh.
Ariana, we just did. Let me check mark her real quick. Why is my Russian keyboard out? I don't even speak Russian. Attack / Beartooth because of the connection.
Yeah.
I imagine that'll be all one episode because Attack wouldn't have that.
Are we going to attach of Mice and Men to that too because Austin was the original vocalist for Attack?
We can. Of Mice and Men definitely is going to be its own episode though.
Right, yeah. I mean, shit, Beartooth will have to be too now. They have like 5 albums now, I think.
Do they really?
I think so.
I'm behind on them. That makes it fun for this podcast though.
Yeah.
21 Pilots. Hollywood Undead.
Oh, fuck.
Bruce Springsteen. He has a lot of albums.
Yeah.
That was one that I threw in because I like his music. Fleetwood Mac.
Great.
Dirty Honey, because Katie wanted that.
Yeah.
As well as Des Rocks. Vanna. How do you say it?
I say Vanna. No, I used to say Vanna, but I think it's Vanna.
That band. The Color Morale. Waka Flocka, which is Scotty.
I think. I need to double check with him, but that was who he originally wanted to listen to.
He's
but
on our list either way.
Yeah, he mentioned wanting to also maybe do like an old like metal band like Metallica or Slayer or something too.
Cool. Yeah.
He's not like, that's not his favorite artist, so that's not how we've been having people do it, but he thought that like that's an experience that he wants to go through.
Hey, yeah, either one.
So,
yeah. If you want to be a guest or something, let us know, and
we'll
either an experience you want to go through or your favorite artist, either one.
Yeah.
Florence and the Machine, that's your wife.
Yep.
Pine Grove, which is me.
Yep.
Deftones, which is I put that one in there, but they have a lot of albums too. Drake, not gonna be fun.
I think Damon's still gonna come on for that one.
I can put his name down then.
I thought that's who he wanted to do. I know that's like that's his boy. He loves Drake.
And then one artist that'll go on the Joe Pesci-ish list, Weird Al.
That's one I suggested. I'm so excited for Weird Al, dude. Oh, did you say St. John?
No, but I can.
Put St. John on the list because Darian's coming back for that one.
Right, yeah.
And Damon texted me another person for the list today. I gotta make sure I remember right.
Your laugh made me nervous.
Oh
fuck! You mentioned it to me, didn't you?
Not that he's recommended Ja Rule recently too. Darius Rucker.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, he wants Darius Rucker.
What's a cool connection with him?
Post Malone. Oh, Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah, Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah. I was just thinking because Post Malone did the cover.
Post Malone.
I'm trying to remember. He's suggested a bunch of artists. I know he said Ja Rule at one point. I'm trying to go back in the messages to see because I know there was someone else.
We are heavily lacking country music on our list.
We are.
I could throw in some because I know good country music artists because I like country music, but I'm very specific about the type of country music that I like.
I don't hate country music. I just got burnt out on it whenever I was young because it was either classic hits, cool 105.5, fucking 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know what I mean? Yeah. Growing up. Now it's getting into the 2000s on there. But it was either that or it was country music. And so I just got burnt out on it. One of the CDs I had growing up was fucking Montgomery Gentry. I used to listen to that all the time. I got tired of hearing it, and then once I started hearing country again, I didn't like where it had gone. You know what I mean? Like as far as radio country.
Especially now. Everybody says it, that like there's a certain type of people that say this, but that ain't real country.
Right.
But they're right. It is, well, technically it's country now.
Technically it is,
but it's garbage. So.
Right. The only like up to date country acts I could tell you that I know I like, that I would listen to, Casey Musgraves.
Yeah. She's kind of getting into like a poppier, but like more of like a just singer-songwriter.
Right.
If that was a genre.
Chris Stapleton.
Mm-hmm.
He's got an insane voice. He's the one who does Tennessee Whiskey, right? And then Zach Brown. Like, Chicken Fry got overplayed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I like his voice. Like, it's not pop country. It's not rap country. You know what I mean? Like, I like his style still, from what I've heard. So, yeah, we do need to throw some country in there.
I could rattle off a bunch in there. I guess I could throw in some that wouldn't be fun.
Conway Twitty.
Conway Twitty would be amazing. I would so enjoy that. I love Conway Twitty.
Well, you'll just have to stick around and see who we do next.
So far we have not... This is not counting the ones that we've done. So, like, ones that are check marked. Mm-hmm. Well, it is counting those. We have, like, 42 songs. But we've done...
Artist?
Right. Artist. Okay. Yeah. But we've done, like, 7 of them, I think, that are on the list.
Yeah, we've kind of gone off the list a lot recently. We're not doing Big Sean. We're not doing that connection. We're not going to do
Big Sean. I don't think there's really a connection. I mean, Nicki Minaj maybe, because she was featured more than once.
Right. I'm throwing out Big Sean because him and Ariana did date, but it wasn't that big of like a deal. You know what I mean? It wasn't that big of a connection. It didn't last that long. It's not as big of a deal as the Mac to Ariana connection is. So we'll probably random generate an artist for next week, see what happens there.
And then we'll also live do the separation of genres.
Yep, we're going to do that.
Which isn't really like replacing people. It's just like, here's this
separating
genre. This is the people.
Right. There was something else I was going to say that we need to do. Something we want to do is make a playlist on Spotify for our favorite songs from the experience. So hopefully look out for that. We're going to try to have that up pretty quick.
Well, I want to do that before next episode.
Okay. So I'll try to make a list too.
Yeah, it might be my Spotify, but I'll just name it
Out of Our League
podcast or something. Like Ool. Best songs, Ool, or something like that.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Don't forget, if you're in the Oklahoma area, Norman Music Fest, April 30th. April 30th, 8 p.m. Afloat, Boy Sleep. We're going to be playing the Red Brick Bar. Come and see us. We've been practicing every week, and we're really excited for it. We've got some outfits picked out. We're going to be looking all snazzy.
Matching.
Yeah. You'll see them next episode. I think we're going to wear them next episode as part of the 10th episode celebration, too.
Yeah, we'll get some, like, stringers or something.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a ton of time left on the cameras, but share with your friends. Thanks for listening. Follow all of our socials, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. You got anything you want to hit real quick?
Nope. Bye now. That was a good one. That was really good. We did that one together.
Yeah.
Sick.
Fuck. Shit.